EBS Podcast presents.
Hi, you're listening to the EBS podcast about nanodegrees. My name is Jim and I'm head of master studies here at EBS. A nanodegree is a new way to gain knowledge or obtain new skills. Today we talk about the nano strategic communication and our guest is Katri. Katri, welcome.
Thank you.
Please tell us about your nano.
As you said, it's a nanodegree about strategic communication, which means that it's a holistic approach to all sides of an organizational communication, both inside and outside organization.
Okay, so you're looking at about a wide range of topic of communication. Can you tell me a little bit more? What are the specific modules that you're touching upon within your nano?
Yes, sure. So the biggest module inside this nanodegree is PR and media. So this looks from one hand at dealing as media, as an audience for organizational communication, but also a wider range of stakeholders through then PR techniques and strategies. Then we are looking at internal communication of the organization with a course with the same title. And then the third module is called content creation. So this is a very, very practical segment of this nanodegree that looks on how to really create content for various audiences, for various media. And the fourth course in the nanodegree is about branding. So we focus from one hand on brand creation, but also then how to communicate the brand essence and values to your consumers.
Okay. So you're touching upon all the different sides of communication, especially when it comes from the organizational and also partly marketing perspective. How is this relevant to the situation that we're currently in? Does COVID impact, for example, the way that we should communicate?
Yes, it does, of course. So what we have seen recently, both related to COVID, but also outside COVID, is that there is a lot of contradiction in contemporary communication. There is a lot of messages that are misinterpreted, either because the audience doesn't get the intended meaning or the organization already has somehow broadcast them in a wrong way. So first, we want to teach people how to be clearer in their communication to achieve the intended outcome. And second, also what we see currently is that there is a huge clutter in communication. So a lot of messages, very difficult to stand out, very difficult to get attention. And we want to teach our participants how to be relevant in the communication that in turn would then grant attention from the audiences.
Of course, yeah, that's very understandable. Okay. You already touched upon the word participants. Who is your main target audience? Who would you say you as a person, you as a professional really need this nano?
Okay, well, it's part of our bigger offering of marketing-related nanodegrees. So everyone who is specializing in marketing should have a very sound knowledge of communication. Then it's all not only directed to marketing professionals, because also people in other roles in organizations need communication skills. So we don't limit it to marketing professionals or people interested in marketing. And also a third category of people we think might benefit from the nano is those who actually are responsible for buying in communication and content services for an organization, so that you have the knowledge yourself to judge whether what you're buying or what you are being offered makes sense.
Okay. So it is very, there's no need for a background in marketing to join this nano degree. You can also, as a professional from another department, join this nano.
Yes, indeed, that's true.
Okay, that is very nice to hear. Like, that's a wide offering. I would like to talk with you, as you mentioned that there's 4 different courses in this nano degree. I'm sure that you have assembled a very nice team of fellow lecturers, instructors. Can you introduce them and tell us a little bit more about them?
Sure. Yeah, we are really proud of the lineup of our teachers in this Nanodegree because all of us have also some professional experience in the field. So we believe we make a good mix of both academic and practical approach to these topics. So the PR and media course is taught by Scott Abel from EBS, who has been practicing as a journalist, working in PR and media himself, as an editor, content creator. Then the internal communication course is taught by Piret Massa, who is also from EBS, but prior joining EBS, she has been working in large Scandinavian organizations as internal communications manager. So she's really the specialist of the field. And then the third teacher in the Nanodegree is Scott Deal, who is known as a freelance content creator for a wide range of organizations, both here locally and internationally. And he has also been training people in this field before. And my own practical experience from before me joining academia also comes from marketing. So I worked in a marketing agency and also on the client side as a marketing and PR manager. So I hope we really will be able to deliver a very good outcome, both in terms of practical and academic side.
It sounds like you have a very balanced team that is also very well aware of the practical side of this communication part. Speaking of this practical side, what are the main skills, other than, of course, the knowledge that you provide in the course, but what are the main skills that you're focusing upon? Earlier, you mentioned content creation. Mm-hmm. Are there other skills?
Well, yeah, I would still like to emphasize content creation once more because throughout several of the courses, the students, participants would have quite a lot of writing to do themselves. One of the aspects I didn't mention, but which might be important for the local audiences, the Estonian participants, is also that this Nanodegree is delivered in English, and as more and more people need to actually communicate in English, which is not their native tongue, then we also aim to address how to avoid the main mistakes Estonians tend to make. But of course, there will be practical exercises also regarding brand communication and internal communication. So it's not only content-focused practical skills.
Okay, that is very nice. Maybe our listeners are not yet fully convinced, so I will ask you, what are the 3 key reasons they should pick this strategic communication nano?
Okay, the first reason I can think of is that everyone can always improve their communication skills, which come handy not in only professional world, but also in their personal pursuits. Then the second reason I would recommend this Nanodegree is this holistic approach, that we really tackle all sides of communications to all stakeholders that the organization might need to deal with. And well, the third reason, really difficult. I think the 2 first reasons are already good enough and should convince people. So I'll stick to that too.
All right. That is great. Thank you very much for your time. The strategic communication nano will be available in spring for everybody, and I hope to see you all at EBS. Thank you, Katri.
Thank you, Jim.